Hey, what's up, Algebra 2? We're going to talk a little bit about what we talked about today in class. Talking about trig, talking about reference angles. We talked about coterminal a little bit at the end. So we're going to be talking about degrees to radians, just kind of a review of what we did today. So to help you out on the homework, I thought I'd film a video. So the directions here are to determine what angle we have for the reference angle. Okay. So if I'm looking for the reference angle, that means that I'm trying to figure out what angle is here. Like what would make from here to here complete that angle. Okay, so from here, I'm looking for that angle there. Okay, so if this goes all the way around 295, and you know that the whole way around is 360, we could basically say 360 minus that 295, and what that leaves is 65 degrees. So that means that this angle right inside of there is 65 degrees. Okay. Let's talk about a few more real quick. So this one looks like it goes around. There's 360 and then 540, and so 540 is all the way to the x-axis, but it looks like it goes a little bit further. So 540 subtracted from 550 leaves 10 degrees, and that would be that tiny little angle of reference that would look. I can't even draw that angle, it's so tiny. Let's see. Okay, this angle right here, okay, that is where we're saying that would be 10 degrees from. Okay, and maybe one more here. This angle of reference is this angle here. So from here to here is a total of 180. We could say 180 minus 110 leaves 70 degrees. So this is a 70 degree reference angle. Okay, right here, really clear 70 degree angle. Okay, right inside of there. All right, so do a few of those for homework on your own. If you get anything about coterminal, that means they're exactly 360 away. So for example, this one is a no, because 220 and 320 are not 360 away. If you add 360 to 220, you get 580. So that's the next coterminal going in the positive direction. So the answer to that one is no. Same thing here. If I was to subtract 360 to kind of go backward, I think I get negative 125 degrees, not 65. So again, that's a no. So see if you can find either one of these angles that if you add 360 away, even if it takes multiple times. Okay, so for example, 0, 360, 720, 900. These are all coterminal because they're all 360 away, except for this one. I think I made that one up. That one's 1080. That's the next one. These are all 360 away from each other. And even all the negatives, all those in the negative direction will be coterminal because you can subtract 360 to get there as well. So anytime you want to find a coterminal angle, and they tell you for this one to go between 0 and 360, so I'm actually going to subtract 360 this time. And if you subtract 360, I think you get, let's just see. 650 minus 360, 290. Okay, 290. If you add 360 to 290, you'll be exactly at 650. That's what makes them coterminal. Okay. So if you're trying to find a positive one or a negative one, we'll subtract 360 for one of them and add 360 for the other and see what you get. So if I add 360 to that, it looks like I'm going to get 150 degrees. And if I subtract 360, I think I'm going to get negative 570 degrees. So here are two examples, 150 and negative 570. Both of these are considered coterminal angles of negative 210 degrees. So we also talked today about converting degree to radians. If you're converting from degree to radians, you need to multiply by pi over 180. But if you're converting from radians to degrees, that's when you want 180 on the top and pi is in the bottom. So let's just talk real quick about this. Kind of got to simplify fractions here. So if I've got negative 225 divided by 180, and again, I want that pi in my answer, so I don't want to put pi in the calculator. It throws the calculator off. But that basically is negative 5/4. Okay, so when I do this, basically I'm getting negative 5/4 pi. Okay, So basically I'm just simplifying the 225 over the 180 and then slapping a pi on it. Okay. Going the other direction is very similar. The pi's actually cancel out, so you'd never actually put pi in the calculator going from degrees to radians or from radians to degrees. It's more about just letting the calculator simplify these other values, like 11 is multiplying by 180, negative 11 actually, and when you divide that by 6, we can kind of see what that would be, and it's looking like that's giving me negative 330 degrees. Okay. So give that a shot. Please bring in your questions tomorrow. Again, coterminal means they're the same angle. It's just add 360 or subtract 360. Okay, so give that a shot. And then I thought I'd do just 2 of these real quick to make sure that everybody feels supported. It says find the measure of each angle. Remember, each box represents 90 degrees. So this is where we start at 0. This is 90, 180, 270, 270 degrees, and it looks like I'm adding another 60 there, and that's where I'm going to get 330 degrees. This is a 330 degree angle. So if you are familiar, I almost had 360 there. This angle that's left over is called my reference angle. That's what we're talking about this week, 30 degrees. 330 plus 30, this angle that's left over, that is called the reference angle. That would be 30 degrees. Okay. So maybe I'll try 56. This one's going in the negative direction. So this is negative 90, negative 180, negative 720, negative 360. Then I'm going another 90. That's negative 450. Okay. But if it's got 85 from here to here, that meant there's another 5 degrees, and it's going further in the negative direction, negative 455 degrees. All right, so I hope this video is helpful. Please email me if you have any questions. Good luck.